welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly horoscope. My name is Terence Gardino. This is a week where a lot of matters are coming to a head as you reconsider changing course. Maybe coming up with some new ideas, dusting off old ideas, and bringing them back to the table once again. Now, why I'm saying this? Well, of course, Mercury's still retrograde until January the 25th, but also there's a full moon that is going to peak on Saturday. But Mercury, as it's retrograding, that planet of expectations, communications, gathering information, and when it's retrograde, yes, things don't go as expected. There might be some delays. There may be, of course, misunderstandings, miscommunications. But the Mercury on Wednesday is going to be in a square or an internal conflict with Uranus. And this can bring in some unexpected upsets, surprises. You might be hearing some difficult news on the more negative, on the more positive. You might come to these realizations of, what was I thinking? I need to make some change in my plans. Also on Wednesday, the sun is entering into Aquarius. So when the sun is in Capricorn, which was those previous about 30 days, it's a time of more tradition, more conservativeness. We're more serious, more grounded as we move into the new year. But then on this Wednesday, January the 20th, every year when the sun moves into Aquarius, we're more open to reinventing ourselves, trying new things, being inventive. Aquarius is a bit rebellious, alternative, just want to it's like getting out of that stodgy, more conservative Capricorn energy and trying new things. At the same time, with Mercury in retrograde, you're rethinking how this year is already progressing and rethinking your plans. And then on Wednesday, as the sun goes into quirky, inventive Aquarius, Mercury is in hard angle to Uranus. Uranus is the planet associated with Aquarius. A time of a lot of exciting new ideas or a lot of anxious ideas that you are reconsidering. On Friday, the Mercury is now crossing over Pluto. Now, Pluto can go deep, and so this is good for studying, researching, but going deep, you may be discovering secrets. Or if you are trying to investigate any kind of situation, personally, professionally, you could uncover some mysteries, some secrets. Then as we go into this full moon in Leo, and this can be a time when emotions run high, but I look to the full moon is that time of the month when there's a lot of matters that have been in play for you now start coming to a head, coming to a culmination. And of course, with the Mercury in retrograde and the full moon, there's plenty of readjustments going on. On Monday, January the 18th, as we start the week, ambitious, assertive Mars is going to be in a great aspect to inspirational and empathetic Neptune. This is good for spiritual work, charity work, could even be taking a dance class, starting a swimming program, because Mars rules the seas. Neptune rules the seas. Mars represents all that athletic energy. But it's wanting to maybe start the week with a little bit more compassion and wanting to make a difference. So in summary, the big theme is that this whole week is all this rethinking, readjusting with things coming to a head. And maybe by Saturday, after doing all this brainstorming, that's when things come to a head and you're saying to yourself, okay, this is working, this is not working, make the adjustments and start planning ahead. Before I wrap this up, again, if you are requesting me to answer a question from astrologyanswers.com, always put in your time of birth and place of birth, of course, and repeat it in the message, because sometimes that time where you put in the time in the website doesn't always translate correctly. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, have a great week.